Hi, my name's Deepesh. I am a pharmacist manager at Harry's Pharmacy. I think it's a valuable experience for students. They are young, they want to know what they're kind of getting involved in and kind of moulding their futures. So I think it's always a good aspect to take them on, and if they needed some experience in a certain field they want to go to, then I think that's valuable. So that's why we decided to take them on, yeah. So I think it's, like I said before, it's a good insight. So for Levi to come in, he is a bright young student, so I think it's good for students who know what they want to get into. They face a lot of things in pharmacy, so you've got your customer service, you've got your staff, colleagues, and it's just a good general overview of where you want to get to. It's good to be in that environment. It is a pressured environment as well, so it can be daunting at times, but it's a good insight for him to gain that experience, and that's valuable going forward. Yeah. So Levi, he greets customers, he actually makes some sales as well, so for good customer service. He puts away prescriptions, sorts out orders, invoices. So he's only been with us, I think, for the last sort of 5 or 6 weeks, but he's learnt a lot in that time. I think when you'll ask him, he'll also say he's enjoyed it. Well, I hope he has, but he said that he has enjoyed it, and also it's given him an insight to what it will be like when he decides to maybe go to college, or when he goes to university and wants to pursue it, or if he wants to become maybe a dispenser or a technician of that kind of way. There's always avenues he can explore. So yeah, he greets customers, and he puts away stock. He puts prescriptions off the shelf. He also gives it out under supervision of all of us, obviously. But he does okay. I would recommend other employers to do it. I think it's not only sort of a valuable experience for Levi, but it's also an experience for us, just a different perspective of someone coming into the pharmacy, what it means that we can do to improve, but also help other people as well. It also eases the pressure from our day-to-day activities, but also giving that insight and experience to Levi, who wants to make a decision of going into pharmacy. So I do recommend other employers, other pharmacy contractors to take sort of students on. I remember when I was sort of a student myself, and experience like this was hard to come by, but I think if more and more people are doing it, then it's got more of a chance of getting a better insight to what you're getting into.
Okay, so my name's Jarrett Marver, doing the electrician course at City Skills. Just joined this course, it was what I wanted to do growing up, just seeing people working around me. It was just a course that stood out to me most, the job wise. And working with, doing a few little electrical bits, just messing around with Xbox and things like that. I was interested in electronics, so it was just what stood out to me most. I think it was when I first left high school, and then a few weeks work experience, just working with one of my uncle's mates. So it sort of opened my eyes up to what the job actually is, what it is in the real world, rather than what you see like a website or something. So I just thought, this is what I want to do for me. We'll be working at Seddons, we'll be working at different high schools, colleges. We've been to hospitals, hotels, just doing a different range of jobs. It gives you a different view on it, because you're doing things you don't normally do at college. You're a bit more experience, making a bit better at the skills you already have, making them just more prominent. I've been following 2 or 3 different electricians around. They just give me a little task to do on my own, sending me off for half an hour, 10 minutes. I just do my own little task, and then coming back asking for another job, or watching them do something and giving it a go afterwards. Telling me where I need to improve, or if I'm doing something right, they'll tell me it's right and keep doing it that way. Or when something's wrong, they'll just show me what I need to do next, just to make sure I get it right the next time. It's the best way to go about it. Like, it's the best way to get site experience, like before you start an actual job and get qualified in this, so you can actually see if it's something you want to do, like when you've qualified, if you want to carry on pursuing it or not. Well, as far as my own company, at the end of it, like make a bit of a name for myself and just get myself out there. Like have a few people working for me and just be successful, really.
So I'm Jasmine Stringer and I'm a nursing cadet at Eccles Sixth Form College. We mostly learn about health and science, and then we have a work placement in our hospital.
So I'm Layla Quinn. I study at Eccles Sixth Form College and I'm studying on a health and science T level, which means that I'm a nursing cadet. We mainly learn about science and health and like the rules of being in a hospital and work placement.
When I applied, obviously for the T level, I thought it was something different. But I picked Eccles because it felt very homely and it was close to me, and there were a lot of options for travelling, like the coaches and stuff. And it just felt like a really nice, even though we didn't have, because of COVID, we didn't have an open evening, but we had like an online open evening, and it was really nice. So.
I chose to study here because when I came in to have an induction and like a look around, it did just seem like a very small, friendly college. The people, the staff, it was just lovely, and it just felt like a small, closed community, which was nice.
When I was younger, my sister went into hospital with Quincy, and I spoke to a student nurse, and he explained everything to me, and I feel like I've always had the qualities to be a nurse, and when I was on placement that kind of like solidified that, because I actually understood what it was to be a nurse and lived the life as a nurse, and it was it was a really great experience.
So my younger sister suffers from a life-limiting condition. So from the age of 8, I've grew up watching community nurses come into my house, being in hospital myself with my sister, and just seeing the impacts and the effects that nursing doesn't just have on the individual who's being treated, but on the family of the patient. I just really wanted to give back what was given to me and improve society, basically.
I think it's the difference with obviously piloting the T level with the the most common is A levels, and every time I went into high school and we were talking about colleges, it was mostly all A levels. So I wanted to do something different, but I also thought that it just made sense to have the experience and have things that actually link what we're learning to an actual career, because sometimes I can get lost in and lose a lot of motivation, but with this I'm continually reminded of why I'm doing it. So yeah.
So for me, now for unis are actually saying that you need physical experience, and with a T level you do get that hands-on experience. It's 315 hours, which is a lot, and if there's two students, one with exam results, the other with exam results and placement, universities are most likely going to offer that place to the person that's actually got experience within the subject. So for me, T level was a perfect option because you're gaining the qualifications that are equivalent to 3 A levels, but you're also getting the experience of being in a hospital and seeing how it works.
I was the only one who went to Oldham. It was the Royal Oldham Hospital, and I worked in the gynecology clinic. It was the assessment unit, but I spent 3 days there, and then I could spend 2 days in the ward. And we learned all the basic stuff like blood pressure, like urine samples, and everything like that. And then I could have a direct patient care, so I could help change a bed, I could help communicate with them, make them drinks, and I lived the nursing life, which is what I loved, because I didn't want to go back to college because it was absolutely amazing, and the nurses treated me really well as well. So.
Well, I was at Salford Hospital and I was on main outpatient. So I was the first person that a patient would see before they went up for a surgery or before a consultation with a doctor. So I was doing a lot of communication, asking how the day's been, asking if they're comfortable and need a drink. I also observed blood being taken, blood pressure, height, weight, urine samples being done. So
it's changed a lot. I feel like it's exactly what things like qualifications need, because when you do A-levels you don't get direct, why are you working for this, and I feel like it's just so much better to experience it full on, because then your mind just focuses on it, and then you're constantly reminded of the joys of how you felt on placement, and it helps you continue to study, and you base your life experiences on them, and most of your in university life it's just much more better than that.
So mine's been very similar to Jasmine's. I've actually seen what I'm working towards. I have that motivation to keep going because I know what the end result's going to be. It's also just opened my eye to what it's going to be like in university and then in work, so that's what's done for me.
Hello, my name is Levi Kofor. I go to Pendleton College and I'm studying applied science. Applied science, I do biology, chemistry, physics and microbiology. It's coursework and exam based and I'm enjoying it a lot. Whilst doing my work here, it's really opened my eyes up and I feel it's given me a more practical insight into pharmacy. I chose applied science because applied science, I feel it does open a lot of doors for me. Going into uni and maybe into friendships, wherever life takes me. I feel applied science can still take me down a mathematical route, which I enjoy, but also down the scientific route, which I still enjoy as well. I work at Harry's Pharmacy. The head is D, he's the head pharmacist here. First thing I do when I come into the pharmacy is that obviously say hi to everybody, and then there's always prescriptions on the side for me to sort out. So I'll get the prescriptions, check if there's any older ones which people have forgotten about or not picked up, see if I need to update any, take it to the back to talk to the head pharmacist in case I have any queries with some of the prescriptions. And whilst I'm doing all that, there'll be people coming in picking up the prescriptions either from the ones I'm doing or from days before. So I'm interacting with people who are coming to pick up their medication. Also, there might be people who come in who will have colds, flus, maybe a few symptoms here there. If I know myself or I've shadowed head pharmacists, which I do, and I've heard similar things such as the cold, maybe I can advise something to take, like cough medicine or whatnot. But if it's something which I feel is a bit out of my reach, or maybe the symptoms have been going on a long time, I'll go to the back and ask the head pharmacist. I feel a work placement is just as important as school. I feel school can take you to university and take you to college, although work placement takes you past that. Without any work practical skills, you can have all the education you want, but as soon as you hit a workplace, you'll really struggle to work. I feel this has broadened my skills, not just with school, but being able to fit into any work environment, not just pharmaceuticals.
My name's Louise Jarrett. I'm studying carpentry and joinery level 2 at City Skills College. I felt like it was one of the best trades college that you could get into, and it's quite close to where I live, so I just thought it was the best option for me. Well, when I was in high school, I took construction, and it just took my interest the most. So I just thought I'd like doing carpentry, so I'll pursue that. Out of like all the trades, it's just the one that I found most interesting to me. And obviously, like my granddad, he messed around with and stuff like that, and I just followed in his steps, I guess. Work experience with Seddon in a site in Swinton. And I just do all sorts of carpentry skills that when you're there, like, you learn how to do it faster and efficient, so you just get more skills like that. So yeah, every now and then I'm with an apprentice, so I see what it is from like an apprentice point of view, making me want to try and get an apprenticeship with Seddon. So yeah. Work placement, it literally like help you out on site, and obviously I'm doing this, so it might help me get an apprenticeship with Seddon's in the future. So I definitely recommend like doing it if you get the chance.
Hi, I'm Salima, I'm 17 years old, and I study level 3 BTEC Business Studies at Echo Sixth Form College. This course has very different modules. For example, we do finance and marketing and also recruitment, and that gives me an idea of the business industry and how wide it is. I chose to study at Echo Sixth Form College mainly for the course offers. That's the first thing that interested me. I also chose to study at Echo Sixth Form College because of the location and how easy it would be for me to get here. I believe I would like to pursue a career in the business industry mainly because of the many options that will be opened up for me. It will open many doors in many different fields. I chose this qualification because I want to go to university after I finish my studies in college, and I would like to take a business course, if it's either finance or marketing. But either way, this course will prepare me for when I'm going to go to university. I have a placement in the postcode Business Hub, and that's based in the Manchester City Centre in town. And the placement, I've had a chance to work in lots of different places. For example, I had a chance to deal with social media, like I've been doing posts, and I've also had the chance to grow my network in LinkedIn to prepare me for when I would like to look for a career. And I also deal with spreadsheets that have details about the events that postcode hosts. I believe that to have a work placement as well as doing a course in business, it gives you the different perspective of the business world. So it gives you an actual idea and a point of view of the different things that happen in the industry and how wide it is. I would definitely recommend it because it will prepare you for the future, for when you would like to apply for university, or also if you are struggling and not think that university is the best thing for you, that will help you have an idea of if you would like to take the path to do an apprenticeship.
My name is Victoria and I study business course at Echo Sixth Form College. I think there is a lot of opportunities for me that I can choose. When I was back in high school, I wasn't too sure what I want to do for sure. But with the course, I think I have a lot of opportunities that I can take when going to university. I think it teaches me a lot of new skills because we have a broad range of different units. For example, we do marketing, finance, recruitment and selection, customer service, and it just gives me a lot of skills. It's a marketing company called Postcode Business Hub. My main opportunities, my main duties is doing posts for Carbon Heroes. I come up with different ideas and then create a post. But I also have different tasks I can do. For example, an annual report or like a monthly report. It teaches me a lot of skills, for example, organizational, as I have a lot of balance from the work placement and the college. It definitely helps with the barrier between college work and the real life experience in work placement.